warning, what you're about to see is total garbage. My backyard patio is an absolute mess, and I really want it to be functional for the warmer months, but I am honestly so overwhelmed by it. So I'm gonna take you through the process of me transforming it into something clean and colorful for spring and summer. So let me show you what we're working with. Okay, so this is the outdoor area that we're currently working with. The backyard came with these brick tiles that are pretty nice because it kind of centers and anchors this area. It is a little bit uneven, but I don't think we're gonna put in the time and effort to level out this area, so it's gonna work for now. But furniture-wise, this table is something I found on the street, and I literally just grabbed it so that we could have something to play games on out here. And these rugs, these are just old outdoor rugs that are gross now from the rain. This is some IKEA table that's just full of water and dirt, so I might want to repaint that or do something with it as like a side table. The house also came with this little side table thing. Don't know if I want to use that at the moment. These are two terracotta pots that are stuck together. I'm not sure what to do with this at the moment. I found this bench on the street at our last house, and I got it because all it looked like it needed was a new piece of wood right here. And I think it would be really nice to have because it fits a lot of people and it's kind of comfortable as well. These are two IKEA chairs, and I've had this one forever. There was actually two, and we ended up selling one because our balcony was so small. So then we ended up finding this one in the as-is section when we moved, but it's just in the wood tone. And so unfortunately, I really like this coloring, but this one is white and I'm not gonna sand it back to look like that. So we might end up just painting these to match. And then this is an umbrella I actually got from Rite Aid for like maybe $11. It was on sale during like the winter time, and it's been working pretty great. I just have this like stand that I got off Amazon, and it's just on an angle because this is really not a flat area. So I don't know if we want to keep these pots, but I've got these really cool like solar tiki torches here so we don't have to have any open flame. And then we've got these really nice lights that connect into the breezeway here, and then they come over here as well. We thought it might be nice to have like a gazebo kind of thing or pergola kind of come out here with more lights because it's really pretty out here, but it does get pretty bright at night, so we wouldn't need it. So it's a really nice area. It just needs a lot of work, and there's a lot of like random pieces of furniture that are pretty busted. So we're gonna have to come up with something to make this yard look nice. And I just really wanted to feel like it's an intentional kind of outdoor living space. I don't know how much we can do because I'm on a severe budget. We're gonna find a way to make it look good, so let's get into it. Alrighty, so I measured the slat that's broken on this bench and went to Home Depot and found a similar piece of wood in thickness. And then I was able to go over to my brother-in-law's garage full of really cool woodworking tools, and I was able to use his table saw, and we cut it down to size in width and length. And then we took one of his chamfers and basically rounded the edge so it's not as sharp as the bottom here. As you can see, it's a little bit more rounded so that when you sit on it, it's not as pokey and it actually feels comfortable. So this is literally an identical slat to what's on this bench right now. So I'm just gonna pop off the broken one. We'll put this one on, and then we'll get to making this look brand new again. So this was probably the most detailed process. I just wanted to make sure I was going to get the holes right. I put the board on the back and I measured on either side and just made a pencil mark. And then I also measured with my ruler and tried to get the center point as well. And then I just drilled about halfway into it to make a pilot hole so that it didn't crack when I actually drilled the screw in and connected it back to the bench. Alrighty, well, it's on here and I think it looks really good. It's really sturdy. I just need to sand everything down. Okay, so I made some progress and this took about an hour or so, but it's getting overcast and a little bit dark outside. So I want to revisit this tomorrow. I also want to think on whether I want to stain this or paint it. Painting is going to be so much easier. I'm not going to have to be so careful with sanding this down, but staining would look so nice. Something like, you know, like that IKEA chair that I have right now, that teak kind of color would look really nice. So I want to consider that, but I will revisit this tomorrow and let you know what my thoughts are. Okay, so it's been a minute because we've had tons of rain and hail and just like not ideal weather for doing a patio makeover. And so in between where it was like sunny for a couple hours, I was doing a couple gardening projects like planting some wildflowers for the summer and spring, as well as planting a bunch of different veggies. So I didn't get any of that on camera just because it was like half of it we were actually doing in the rain, because I just want to make sure that I'm getting everything in the ground before the season starts. So I want to show you that real quick. And then I also think today would be a perfect day because it seems like there's absolutely zero clouds in the sky. I thought I might as well do a little bit of gardening because I think part of a patio space is like the foliage, you know, like when you're outside, you want to be part of the manicured nature. And so I would like some like veggies, like lettuces and radishes and things like that I can grab for. I've also got some cute little tomato plants that I've been trying to develop. So I think having that around this patio area would just kind of make it really nice. And then also I want to plant some of the cactuses to just give that like desert vibe. Then we can kind of return to the furniture. I'll show you where I'm at with the bench when we're done with this. So first, this is the cactus I picked up with that one and the other one. And I planted this one in the middle of the rain, but I want to put the other big one here so that it doesn't just seem like one cactus coming out of the ground. I'm definitely going to take those out of those pots and put something else, maybe like blueberries or something. So I actually created this bed with cinder blocks that we found on the property, so we didn't have to buy them. And I filled up every hole with a different seed. So these were wildflowers I planted before building this. So we kind of left this side untouched, but this has got some golden boy beets, some dino kale, some lettuce, bok choy, and then these are all flowers that are coming up currently. And then these are all like herbs that just haven't emerged yet. And then these are chives. These were also found on the property, these two things. Only one of them is coming up so far, and then these are wildflowers. And then this bed right here is a strawberry bed. So I got this from Epic Gardening and I love the color of it. I think it's really nice looking. And then this is our wild strawberry right in the middle here. But then these are a couple that I picked up from Home Depot for only $5. So I'm gonna hopefully get some strawberries in here. Then I created this like really haphazard, ugly garden bed with other bricks that I found on the property, and I planted some old potatoes and they're actually sprouting with all the rain that we've had. So hopefully we get a lot of golden potatoes here. So these are some yellow peppers, and then this is a beefsteak tomato plant, and I used those two terracotta pots that were connected to each other. And then this right here is another bell pepper. It just does green and red. And then over here, I actually added some mulch and bricks around the orange tree just to make it look a little bit nicer and retain the moisture in there. And then here we took out all of these like chasmanthias, and we actually created this bed with some blocks and 2x4s basically from Home Depot. So we're in the process of filling it up with soil. And then over here, I added some mulch and bricks around the plum tree, and we just removed, as you can see, like tons of those chasmanthia weeds, like these ones right here. And then over here, we've actually got our spring onions that came up. And so I think I want to turn this into an official bed at some point. So hopefully you don't mind the little backyard impromptu update. I think home and garden go well together, so hopefully you guys feel the same way. I really think after making some upgrades here with these plants, it's going to really change the landscape. So I went to the Dollar Tree and I saw these triangle shaped planters and a ton of seeds. So I picked up a good amount because this stuff can be quite pricey at the big box stores or hardware stores. The one reason I wanted these pots were because they stack, which is super cool. And if you've ever gone online and looked for like a vertical garden, they're at least like $75 or so. So I only spent maybe $12 on these. So I basically can have a big vertical garden, or I could split it in half and have two mini ones. And then on the bottom of these planters, you can pop out the holes for drainage. And I found the easiest way to do that was to just use a drill. I got so many different types of flower mixes and veggie mixes. I've got sunny ones, shaded ones, sunflowers, ground cover, some that are bulbs that don't pop up till summer. I just really want this yard to look super lush and colorful by like May or June if possible. After that, I went to Walmart and I saw these giant bags of soil for only $5. So I mixed them in with some vermiculite and seed starting mix just so the seeds can get enough sun to sprout. I think I'm going to be definitely planting most of these in the triangle planters. I want to do lettuces for sure, and then maybe some beets and radishes. And then once the seedlings get bigger, I can just transplant them to a bigger pot or bed. Alrighty, so these are all filled up with different seeds and they're all labeled, and I will just end up watering these a little bit tonight, but we'll see what comes up. I actually did plant some full shade wildflowers here as well, which are starting to come up, which is awesome. I'm also thinking I might need to add some more pebbles in here and just make it look a little bit more manicured, and maybe in the in-between of these tiles, I'm not really too sure. And then these walking stones, it would be nice if they were all like the same, but right now they're just so random that it doesn't even really have a path to begin with. So we need to work on that as well. So I think the first step is to just clean off this entire area. I'm so glad that I actually removed all of the weeds from the tiles. It just looks so much cleaner, and I also don't know if I want to add more pebbles and little rocks in between each tile because I don't want to spend the money on stone glue to keep them there, but it is an option I'm thinking about. I really was in a war with these, and these are so gross looking to me. They're like definitely root bound and they stink so bad, so can't wait to use them for something else. This was honestly worth it because these are really nice terracotta pots. They're a really great size and they would definitely cost at least $30 at Home Depot, and they also have drainage, which is great. And it's just great that I was able to inherit all of this stuff from previous tenants. Actually quite shocking how hot it can be in the sun when it was like 48 degrees and raining the other day. I'm gonna have to cool off for just a moment. Okay, I think I've reached a stopping point. This is all clear and clean. I want to find a way to clean these tiles and also just maybe add a little bit more pebbles in here, but I want to go shopping for an area rug just in case I end up wanting one. I think I just need to also figure out what to do with these pots here and the other ones I unloaded earlier, but I de-weeded this entire area and it looks really nice. And then I think we'll follow up tomorrow with the bench, but I'll meet up with you then. So this is a must. I am constantly getting bit by mosquitoes even at this time of year because it's kind of warmer out at the moment. I'm gonna link this down below if you're like me because honestly, it's odorless, not sticky, 8-hour protection, and it's pretty great. And I think it's like non-toxic as well, so highly recommend. But it's been a while since we talked, so let's get started on this bench. So I did the majority of the sanding on here. It's pretty much done, but there are some areas like inside these nooks and crannies that were really hard to get. And so I found something that might help me, and it's this box of like sanding blocks, and basically they've got like different grooves on them. So like this one, for example, because I needed something to get into the round bubbly part of the legs. And so this is like kind of Velcro-y, and then this is for like an orbital sander and it's also Velcro-y, as you can maybe hear. And so you just stick this on here and it takes the shape of it, and then you can kind of stick it in between where you need. So let's try that. Okay, so I had to put my hair up because it's like 75 degrees surprisingly. So if you ever want to do a project like this and actually stain it, then you definitely need something like this to get in the corners. I also found out later in the game after using my hand too much with this that I could actually take my multi-tool, and this has that same like Velcro texture, and this is the softer one. So I can just go like this and turn it on, and I don't have to wear out my hand or my arm. So this is actually a really awesome combination that I highly recommend if you'd want to do projects like this. I mean, I feel like for me personally, this totally opens the gates for how many other pieces of furniture I can pick up off the street and restore, because this is just like literally game changing, honestly. So highly recommend. So if you're ever painting a piece of furniture that's gonna live outside, definitely use an exterior paint. This one has like mildew protection and prevents cracking from the heat or other types of weather. And this one was awesome because it had a primer in it, so I didn't have to do the extra work of priming. So that is always something I'm looking for, because I just wanna like reduce the amount of work I have to put in when I'm painting, because it is a lot of work. I also wanted to try something new by picking this like Compass Blue color by Behr. I just really enjoy Behr colors, and I feel like they have really great saturation. And I thought it would be great to have a really fun pop of color out here. So I'm really happy with this. I really love the color. It's kind of got a gray undertone, which is interesting to me. And I feel like it's really vibing with like the red tiles and just kind of the vibrant space that we're in. So I love that. I just wanted to show you a few tips and tricks that I use to get in between these small areas if you ever paint something like this, because I think it can be kind of hard to just get like really smooth coverage. So first of all, in between the slats, it's a really tight space. So in order to not get any kind of dripping, I use this. It's just like a flat foam roller basically. So as long as you're not like me and don't put too much paint on it, it won't gloop up, but if it does, you can just put the foam roller on top. I'm also using a really dense foam roller, which I feel like gives the best, smoothest finish. And then for areas like this, I just use a really soft paintbrush, and this really helps a lot. I usually buy a pack of these every time I go to the dollar store, along with some foam brushes as well. That will also easily help you get some paint in these smaller areas. Good morning, it is the next day. I have to get a lot done today because it's been like half overcast, half sunny, and it's supposed to rain tomorrow, so I need to like power through as many things as I can. The few things I need to address are the 2 chairs that don't match. I have 2 green side tables that are just totally trashed, and I need to like make them fit in here if possible as just like side tables. I just picked up a outdoor coffee table yesterday evening, and it's totally, I think, gonna work in here. I also picked up another bag of pebbles so I can put it in the other planter with the purple plant, and so I have tons more to do, so let's get into it. I cleaned out most of the weeds from this area. There's a lot of dead leaves from these like trees that drop flowers, and it's so frustrating to have to clean it every day, so ignore that mess. And then I actually moved these pots that were here, and I put these ones here. These are the ones where I removed those 2 plants, and I like them a lot. I think they really look good here. And then I went to Home Depot and I found these really pretty bushes. I guess they're called a rice flower dark pink, and I just think that they have a lot of great like height, and I love like the legginess of it. I think it's a really cool look. I also think I might just kind of put more stones here and kind of make it more of a thing. And maybe we should move these mismatching stones away so that it looks a little bit more cohesive. And then maybe like replace some of these red stones here. So I went to IKEA last night and I actually saw this rug in the as-is section. There's a lizard on my rug. There's so many lizards. Anyways, I want to roll this out and show you guys and let me know what you think. It's a little bit different. I didn't want to do something just jute. I kind of wanted to add color in here, as you can tell. So let's see what it looks like. It's the Can Stolpe rug. It is a 6'7" by 9'10", and I think it just like fits this space perfectly. So I really like this. I feel like it's my style, and I like the colors. I feel like it just kind of meshes well with what's going on here, and I feel like it doesn't clash too much with the blue. Once I bring everything in, it might look really nice. As much as it absolutely pains me, I have to paint this. I need these two chairs to match, and honestly, I cannot find another one like this. I don't think this is teak. I think it's like acacia wood or something. I'm not really sure. But this Aplaro chair, I think is what it's called, is discontinued. So I can't even find another one. I don't even know how I got this from the as-is. I guess someone had bought it just before they discontinued it. So I actually picked up this Max Flex Glidden spray paint that I've actually been wanting to use. It says that it's all surface, wood, metal, vinyl, and more, and it's for interior and exterior. So this is probably going to be the fastest way to paint this, and it has primer in it. So let's cross our fingers and hope this is a good idea. I've always wanted to try this thing, so I finally got one myself. And basically you just use it to take the pressure off of your finger and to also eliminate any paint coming back on you, because I think after spray painting a big project like this, your hand can get really sore. So I absolutely enjoyed using this. I feel like it's kind of a in-between between a paint sprayer and spray paint. Okay, I just finished doing the last coat on this. I'm actually not regretting it. It looks really clean and good. This little handle thing is absolutely amazing. Super cool. Didn't make my hand hurt at all. And then I actually just gave like a quick coat to this chair. It just had some chunks taken out of it, so I tried to just kind of like fill in some of the gaps. And I think they're looking really good. Alrighty, well, my candid review of that spray paint is that it smells so bad, even with the mask on. While we're letting that dry, I think we have to move on to another spray painting job. This is our second product from IKEA to spray paint. I got them from Facebook Marketplace for only $10, so I have two of these. It's just been trashed by the weather, and I don't really like the color. I actually bought these to try to do like a mosaic DIY, but I don't know if I'm feeling that anymore, so I just want to spray paint it a color that makes it feel a little bit more subdued and elevated and just like brand new again, because as you can see, this is totally trashed. I feel like this table really matches the rug now, and I really love the way it's turned out. And then I found this coffee table on Facebook Marketplace, so I want to see what it looks like in here because I've actually never brought it out here to see if it even goes with the vibe. I really like this a lot. I love that it brings in a natural wood tone that is complementary to the terracotta. It's kind of orangey and matches the blue bench, and it also goes really well with the greens here. So this is like the perfect size for people to put their food and drinks on and to play cards and stuff. I love this, and it was so cheap. And then I also picked up some more lights because I kind of wanted to extend the lights behind me so that it would feel more like a square when it's turned on at night. So for $10, I think I can just like connect it to the other strand and then tie it onto either the pole or a branch over there. So I went to Target and I was looking for some cushions for either the chairs and a rug. Also, I was looking for some cushion maybe or pillows for the bench. And I actually came across these. They're from the Threshold collection and they're kind of like a creamy white, and then they've got this like navy blue pinstripe. And I feel like I wanted to bring in some kind of pattern in here. That's also why I liked the rug, because everything is kind of solid color besides the coffee table. So I wanted to really try this out because there's blue on the bench, but I wanted to bring it over to the chairs, and I thought this would be kind of the perfect way to go about it. Plus, I can actually unzip these and wash them. So I feel like that's a really good deal because they're of course going to get dirty. And then I
really wanted to emphasize the orange tones here, like the terracotta tile, the coffee table, and specifically the orange umbrella that's also striped. I'm just embracing the repetitive linear theme here with these really pretty orange pinstripe outdoor pillowcases that I found on Amazon for only $12.99 for a pack of 2. So I just put some IKEA pillow inserts in here, and I feel like this is the perfect finishing touch to this bench.
Okay, let's take a quick look at what this gross neglected backyard patio used to look like. Obsessed with this patio space in our backyard. I just cannot wait until everything starts to bloom. This is like the perfect spot to just do some bird watching and just watch all of the trees and plants and now our growing garden. I really think this space embodies the approachable, fun, and colorful vibe of the yard because that's what we love about being back here. This was a total labor of love and something brand new to me as I've never lived in a place with a backyard before and I really don't know much about landscaping. But I do think I was able to take some leftover, random, and broken down items and turn them into something that creates a really cohesive backyard patio. It was a bit overwhelming to attempt in between like weather patterns and also working on a budget, but we finally did it and we did it for under maybe $180 or so for materials and decor, so I think you could call that a success. This space has plenty of room for guests and we have some extra space for additional seating if needed. I can just imagine hosting a summer barbecue here and having lots of fun, colorful drinks using all the fruit and herbs from the garden. I literally just cannot wait. I'm just so grateful and happy that we were able to put in the time to prepare this outdoor space for better weather because this is going to be such an awesome space to hang out in. I hope this inspires you to consider revamping your outdoor living space, whatever it may be, because I think it can really make a positive impact on your day-to-day living. If you want to see what this entire backyard area looked like before I made over this patio area, I will include a link to a playlist of all the different home updates I've had so far since moving in here in the description below. Also, remember to like this video if you did and let me know in the comments what you think and what you would have done if you were in this space. Other than that, I will see you all next week. Bye!